What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory, where today we have got a grind and a half ahead of us as we try our best to get 30 points in division rivals. Not try our best, I will. I'll just try my best to do it. As you can see in the team, I did complete Sergio Busquets. I just didn't hit record as I did it. I've already done this intro once, so we're doing it again. I've got Sergio Busquets here, guys. I completed him. I had to spend about 50 to 55,000 coins to complete him, and I did dump players like that Campos Scream card and a few other promo cards that I literally have never used. I also got rid of my Vitinha because even though I really liked him, he's now fodder levels. But we've got now on the back line, Kepa and Timber still in there because these two Evos are just brilliant. We've got Cuadrado because he's brilliant, alongside Sergio Busquets at centre-back and Jordi Alba in there as well. I'm keeping this Freddie Ljungberg in at right mid because I absolutely love him, and this strike force as well can't go anywhere at the moment. They're just too good for me. We've got Bob Matty and Miles Lewis-Skelly in the centre of the midfield. I really want to use this Miles Lewis-Skelly before that 99 pace expires. You know, it's just a real fun card. And then we've got the Allison Winger card that we picked up from winning the tournament, was it? Because why not, right? Let's give them a try. The whole point of getting these players is to give them a shot. We're only in Division 5 anyway, so in Rivals. But before we get into that, I have got one pack in the store and one pack only. And whoever is in this pack is going to go in the team no matter what. It's an 84 plus campaign mixed player pack. Can we get someone good? No, we cannot. It's going to be, is it Turland, is it? The Manchester United striker. Maybe she's not going to go in a team no matter what. What's she got? Decent pace. Yeah, she got decent stats, to be fair. Low driven power shot, first touch and rapids. 3-star, 4-star. Tell you what, I'll meet you in the middle. Even though it was me that decided that she was definitely going to go in the team, so it's me that can decide that she's not. I'll put her onto the onto the bench, and we'll make changes in the games. Probably it'll be the left mid off, Trossard into that left mid spot. And then Turland on up front, because wouldn't it be nice to try some new players? And so, what has she got? Only striker. This is the squad, guys. Lots of fun players to do. I've got the two Evos on the bench. I need to start working through some Evos, actually. I really like... I'm caught in two minds. Like, I really want to finish the Evos that I've got before I build any more. But also, at the same time, like... I really just want to start putting these Evos on players because I think they're really, really good. You know, especially this Ironclad Instincts. It's going to go on one of these lower rated cards, funnily enough, but we've got an opportunity to give somebody Enforcer there. But yeah, where we are in Rivals, guys, 0 points obtained so far. If we score 3 goals in the next game, we'll get a player pick as well, which is nice. We are moving up towards Division 4, but as we know right now, because of the way EA have handled this game, Rivals is unbelievably sweaty. So let's get wet. That sounds horrible. All right, guys, as we get into the Rivals gameplay for today, you'll see the games taking me from 0 points all the way up to 21. I then took a few hours to go and play some Arc Raiders with the Band of Brothers. Played with Nick as always, and finally, for the first time in about 4 years, way back, joined us, and it was good stuff. And then I finished Arc about 2 a.m. and came on and played a bit of co-op with David M. Nobrega, who's almost in Elite Division, to get some points, and that took way longer than if I just did it by myself, because, you know, he's in the Elite Division, he's almost in the Elite Division. People, man, I'll tell you something, man, the way people play the game in Division 1, which obviously because the season's just reset very recently, like, these are literally elite players that just haven't got back up there. But I think the Elite Division, the way people play the game, it is diabolical, man. It is diabolical. People are still scoring rainbow flick volleys from outside the box, you know, on those weird angles. It is people literally just doing heavy switches. Oh man, I mean, it wasn't fun to play. So I actually stopped playing with Dave and then finished off the final points that I needed by myself on my account to get the rewards. So we'll get those in a moment. But I want us to talk about first actually these games that I played, because there's like usually, right? Usually in FIFA or FC, sorry, if you've got like a bit of delay or you're struggling a bit or whatever, and you can feel that the gameplay is not the greatest, you need to reset the game, and it puts you into a new server, or it just kind of like reconnects you to the servers, and it goes back to feeling normal. Whatever they've done with this recent patch, it feels good and then bad on a game-to-game basis. Sometimes the gameplay just feels delightful, and sometimes it is very, very heavy. I'm having a real big issue when the gameplay feels heavy, of just getting passes and shots off like at the right time. There just seems to be like a really, really, really big delay. And when I say big delay, I'm not talking like a second or anything. It's like 1/10 of a second, but it's enough of a difference for your muscle memory to be thrown out, for your opponent to get a tackle in, and it just gives that feel of like, oh my god, this is really bad. I'm kind of like happy to say actually that I didn't really experience it too much in these games. Only like 1 or 2 games. For the most part, the gameplay felt good, and in those moments, in these games where the gameplay did feel good, it's like this game is nice to play at this level. I'm enjoying the gauntlets, I'm enjoying the tournaments, I've enjoyed the rivals gameplay here. You know, not every, like, the thing with the gauntlets and the tournaments is you will get some blowout games where it's like you know, it's way too easy. You also might get some games where it's way too hard, and you'll get some games where it's like in a kind of like bubble around your level. Obviously in rivals, everybody is at least competent, and so it does add that extra bit of stress. Like, there's not really many games where I go in, smash somebody 3-0 and they quit after 20 minutes. And I think even in one of the games where I was even 4-0 up, I think the guy didn't quit. He came back to 4-4. I then went on to win it like 5-4 in like the 80th minute or so, or whatever. And that was the end of the game. And it's like, because people know, like, you can score loads of goals in this game, people don't quit in rivals, whereas they do in cups and gauntlets. And yeah, made me think again about how I tweeted the other day. I don't know if we talked about it in here actually, but I think one of the things that I really like about the gauntlet and tournaments is 4-minute halves. Not because I want to get in and out of the game quick per se, but because it makes it feel like you're moving constantly. It makes it feel like you're doing something. And on those games where you're getting like absolutely outclassed and shredded, you don't have to sit there for bloody ages waiting and waiting. You know, like the amount of people that put their pad down, or the amount of like toxic people that just hit you with like every single, like, you know, somebody wants to like pass the ball around their backline or something. The game just goes way quicker. I think EA would do well to at least test rivals and champs for having 4-minute halves instead of 6-minute halves for like a season, or for even a weekend league, or for a week of rivals. I think EA would do well to test it, because I think it would do well. Now, I've got some comments from yesterday's video. The first one is from George Bayford Conquest with a super chat, actually. So thank you very much for the super chat. Very grateful for the support, George. He says, a long message, but please bear with me. So I went, you know. He said, got 2 ideas. One for you, one for the game. He said, for you. He said, like you, I'm a massive Arsenal fan, been going since 06. Over the past 2 years, I've almost exclusively done Arsenal Evos. When I completed a flashback SBC like Ronaldo last year, he'd barely lost 20 games before I went back to my Evo Jesus. Lately, I've been trying to make my account more ultimate, still Arsenal focused, but with room to enjoy fun cards across the game. I don't want to limit myself to Arsenal only. I love football in general, and there are too many great players to ignore. You are so right so far, by the way. Like, even though the gauntlet exists, there's so many players I haven't used in my club, like, and I want to use, and I want to have reasons to use. And it's just, yeah, it's like there are so many players to play with in this game, aren't there? There really are. Anyway, to continue, he said, I'll always prioritize Arsenal Evos, but I've started mixing in other players to link with gauntlet cards and real life favorites like Simakan to link with Benzema and eventually a CR7 Evo, a 5-star, 4-star Voltamard, and David Neres. It also sets up strong nation links for future content, maybe worth trying the same. My interest in non-Arsenal players actually came from collecting real-life cards. Yeah, so card collections are really awesome. For me, I've started collecting a few more real-life cards. I've had a collection for a while, but obviously for me, I've been collecting like digital cards on So Rare. Like I've got like literally thousands of all sorts of varying degrees of scarcities and special editions on So Rare. and I really, really like it. And there are some cards and some players in So Rare that I would like to use. But the thing that I loved about what you posted here, George, the thing that I thought was actually a really, really brilliant idea was building really strong Evos, like one player from almost every league that EA utilize during promos. Like, honestly, like your Simican idea, for example, you know, French, I think he's Al Nassr, isn't he? To either link with Benzema or link with Ronaldo. When EA release an SBC, like, you know, maybe taking like, I don't know, a Serbian, or when if they release like that Dzeko SBC, having a player from Bosnia and Herzegovina, or is it just Bosnia now? Did they split? I don't want to be like distasteful. I can't remember. Either way, having like what a Travella from Ljungberg, by the way, having a Bosnian player just really strong and overpowered for Evos to give chemistry to Dzeko, I think is a great idea, and I think it's certainly something we can take a little look into, and I do think it's a really good idea. The only thing I will say about it this year is EA are giving way more Evos and shells as well that offer chemistry boosts. That it's way less of a issue these days to get there, and obviously with, you know, chem styles being nerfed and chemistry just not being as impactful as it used to be because there's no team chemistry anymore and it's only individual chemistry. It's not as impactful or powerful now, but I still do really like the idea, and it is something that we could certainly look at over time. I think the one thing that I thought about with Evos, because I played a lot of games here today, and just this week in general, I've played loads of games in tournament, in Gauntlet, in here. I've played so much, as you guys have as well, obviously. But one of the things that I specifically was thinking about when I was doing the Evos is, how many games does it take, man? Like, I still haven't even done all the Evos. I'm working on these lower rated Evos. It's like EA are giving us more Evos. They're not really making them cheaper. They're not as good as last year. I do like them this year in the way they're set up, but they're just not as good as last year. But they're still requiring sometimes like 15 games for an Evo for like a small upgrade that, you know, also like some of it is just play, some of it is win as well, and it again leads into and lends into that whole, imagine if it was 4-minute halves, it would just be a much better gaming experience. With that being said, George carries on to say, for the game, an update idea, PvE is huge in other games, but squad battles is painfully boring. There's potential to overhaul it by merging elements for career mode. For example, you could pick a real club to replace, say Liverpool. You get their kits, badge and stadium, optional to equip, and you play through a full league season as them. You choose your starting 11, bench and reserves. Then that gets locked into the squad like Gauntlet for the first 19 matches. You face actual Premier League teams like Arsenal, Palace, City, etc. with yellows, reds, injuries, forcing you to rotate. This setup will make it feel fresh, official stadiums, commentary, branding and proper league flow. After week 1, match week 19, you get a short transfer window to tweak your squad or complete new objectives, Evos, before continuing the second half of the season. Other AI teams sim their results each week. At the end of 38 matches, rewards scale based on your finish and starting difficulty. Example reward, since you played as Liverpool, you can get a player pick from their squad, say 85 rated versions with dynamic images that you can Evo later. An 85 Salah, similar to your player of the month Mbappe concept, would fit perfectly. This revamp could breathe life into squad battles, and future expansions like a UCL or an FA Cup mode would be massive. I'd love to see something like this, especially for one club players or someone who just wants a fresh, immersive offline mode. Yeah, I think first of all, you've hit the nail on the head, right? The squad battles is painfully boring, and it hasn't been updated or changed for the better in years. The only thing that's happened is it's been made worse. Like, the rewards been nerfed. The top 200 is now just full of cheaters. They've hidden the leaderboards from it. Like, it's just low effort from EA, right? It's low effort. One of the things that you said there, though, about locking the team, something that I've talked about over a few years ago and stuff, but specifically this year, as we've been talking about kind of like extraction-based like shooters or extraction-based games. I love the idea, both online and offline, of locking a team, but not necessarily locking it to the point where it's like an SBC where you can like unlock it, not an SBC, like a point where you lock it like Gauntlet and then you unlock it afterwards. I love the idea of being like, right, I'm going to submit these players into this team to play this event offline or online, and these players will go. They will leave my club. They will be gone afterwards. And I will get returns for them, rewards for them. Imagine if EA had a tournament right now, right? And this could be offline as well, but obviously offline would be varying degrees of difficulty versus varying degrees of rewards. But imagine they could do an offline version of this and an online version of this. You go into just a tournament. It's just a tournament that you can enter unlimited times if you want, and you go in and the rewards scale every time you've won it. So I mean, this again would take some effort from EA, and I don't think we'll see it, but so you enter a team, an 18-man team, you know, you're starting 11, you're 7 subs, and once you enter that team, you play it. Once you lose in the tournament, or if you win the tournament, those players get deleted no matter what. So that's your choice now. Do you want to use some of these promo cards you've been saving up? Do you want to use some new cards? Do you want to evo some cards? Do you want to use some bronze cards? But every round of the tournament you win, you get a good reward. And like for the final, let's say you win the final, now you're dumping 18 players and you've won the tournament. So if you win the final, you should get something significant, right? Like, I don't know, like a 80 plus times 50, right? So what would you exchange for an 80 plus times 50 for winning a tournament, right? Once you've won it the first time, you now go to like the tier 2 level of the tournament, and the rewards are just better. Even in the first round, even in the second round, even in the third round, the rewards are better. But of course, you're up against people that have also won it. Now, keeping in mind, you're going to lose your team when you enter. So you don't want to go in with like a low-rated team or a bronze team or anything anymore, because you're going to be playing against people that have already won it. So it's going to be more challenging, but the rewards are more rewarding. Then you win it again. Now you go to the third tier of the tournament. Now you're playing in other people that are in the third tier of the tournament. And so the rewards are going to be way, way better. But obviously the risk is going to be way higher because the players in there are going to be way better. And so, you know, the reward for winning the kind of third tier tournament can be like an 83 by 50. And all of a sudden it adds this thing where it's like, look, if you go in and you lose in the first round, let's say you're like, okay, I want to put in like a really good team. I know I'm going to lose this team if I lose, but I want this prize if I win. For one complete tournament, 15 out of 16 people aren't going to win. 16 out of 16 people are going to lose their teams, and only 1 out of 16 people are going to get the end reward, right? And so I really like the idea, the concept of like submitting something that you won't get back for a really good reward with the ability to scale it. And you can do it offline as well. You know, you can start on the amateur difficulty and here's a reward set, and people could just go in there with their bronze players. And if you want to, even if like it was a situation where it's like, oh, I don't want to go to the next level, I'm not good enough, you could keep playing the amateur one over and over and over if you want. Like you once you've won it once, you can have the choice to go to the second stage. The same as the online, you could have the choice to go to the second stage. Once you've won it, you have the choice to go. If not, you want to just keep running the one that you're at, you could just keep running the one you're at. And it'll be a great way for people to play with players, play with teams, and a great way to remove players from the game, because that's one of the issues we have. There is such a surplus of players. There is a humongous supply of players that is a big problem because EA don't know how to get rid of it, and SBCs don't work because they price them so weirdly that people are actually reluctant to put their SBC players into an SBC, their fodder players into an SBC, because it doesn't offer good value, but it does remove players from the game, right? From the supply. And so I think tying something like an SBC / tournament / gameplay combination could be really fun. And yeah, I think your comment is bang on, George, so thank you for that. And let's move on. Sam says, hey Nep, just want to say I love the content. I've been watching your content for coming on 8 years now. Just a quick question for potentially the next vid. Do you think there's currently a lack of content creators collaborating on vids together? Alexa, stop. FIFA bingo, squad builder showdown, etc. Alexa, stop. Don't want that music. Was a massive part of my childhood. Potentially seeing more collaborations would inspire more people to play the game and take part in the mini games we have previously seen YouTubers do. Do you know what's crazy? I was literally thinking, just like I was looking at some of the, I was reading some comments from my channel, And it got me, like, I was looking at the views on the RTG and I thought we've hit that point again where the views have dipped, right? The initial, like, oh my God, Road to Glory's here has died. Not just for me, just for the game in general. There's always this dip before Black Friday, always, every year. And we've hit it. And it's always around this time where I end up being in a situation where it's like, I either need to find something a bit more new, fresh and creative to do to bring people back, which I don't think it does, or I need to kind of like just persevere with it and really stick to my guns and commit to the RTG for the year. And I thought, oh, what are other people doing? So I looked at Bateson. I look at everyone's channel, but I looked at Bateson's channel and he just did Squad Builder Showdown with Andy recently. And it's like his best performing video on his channel by far. And I literally thought before I read your comment, it's actually mad how few people collaborate these days. Like, there is almost no collaboration in the FC community whatsoever, and there used to be loads of it. And yeah, I do think it could be a really good idea. D-Bad-Man says, Nep, the long shots are significantly easier to score, especially finesse shots outside the box after the patch. Back to FC25. You've seen me here today score Trivella with Ljungberg, score loads of finesse shots with Jesus and loads of drivens as well, loads of low drivens as well. But I absolutely agree with you. I think finesse shots, not as far out as before, but definitely from the edge of the box, are absolutely back. And I was thinking about it actually as I was playing, because I scored with Ljungberg with the Trivella in that game, and it was a beautiful shot as well. That's not beautiful, mind you, but because I scored with Ljungberg, and then I scored some finesse shots with Jesus and some low drivens with Trossard, I actually thought, wow, like, although crossing and heading isn't an option, isn't a viable option anymore, as we score another finesse shot there, although crossing and heading isn't a viable option anymore, there is definitely a case for, like, having a finesse shot plus player and a low driven plus player and a game changer plus player. I actually think there's like value and merit in it now, because there are multiple ways to score with different shot types with your feet. Just sadly, not with your head. Either way, guys, that is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's go and get our rewards. Here we are with the rewards. Division 4 we ended up in. The points we ended up with, which is nice. It's a slog in Rivals, isn't it? A little bit, but let's see if it was worth getting it. One thing that I've been suggested to a lot, actually, quite recently, is that the 15-point rewards are way more worth it in terms of like your time spent on the game versus what you get. I was going to do it this week, but I ended up like just pushing through. I'm interested. I'm just genuinely interested to take like a couple of weeks of the 30-point rewards, take a couple of weeks of the 15-point rewards, and see what the general value is, like as a discrepancy between them. Because as we know, it's luck that matters. Like right now, out of one of these player picks, I don't mind that 87 Bruno Fernandes, we might end up getting super lucky and hitting a monster promo card. We might end up getting really unlucky and just hitting absolutely nothing, right? And there was a comment in yesterday's video as well, and again, I completely agree, but it's so hard to get the promo cards, isn't it? It's even the fodder ones, even the lower rated ones. It is so hard to get them. We get a Danny Olmo there. This is going to be one. It's Haj Musa 85. And that's my 84 plus player pick, guys. So there you go. We get a tradable Bruno Fernandes. He's actually all right, to be fair, 10,000 coins. And for a change, I'm going to sell him because I am low on coins right now. I'm going to keep the Bernardo Silva because he barely sells for like 1,400 coins. But yeah, I think it's really hard to come by coins this year, isn't it? So there's our player picks. They weren't too spectacular. We've also got a 75 by 10. It is a walkout. This is nice. This could be good. It's a goalkeeper. It's going to be Endler. No, it's going to be Berger. It's going to be Berger. And it's only going to be Berger, which is a shame. But it's still some good fodder. We get a Noni Madueke in there. He's been so hard to pack for me this year. And we get a mega pack as well. No walkout in the mega pack. Hopefully, it's going to be a Trossard, mind you. Hopefully, some good consumables. So a Hawk, Catalyst, a glove. Nothing too crazy on the consumables there. A whole bunch of extra players. And we're going to throw that away. Now, in the promo tomorrow, guys, on Friday, obviously we'll have one more video before then. On the promo tomorrow, there's going to be a couple of Arsenal players in it, which is really, really nice. But, of course, I want to pack some of these cards just in general because there's going to be Mbappe and stuff in it. And yeah, so I might grind 15 or 20 League SBCs. I haven't actually done a League SBC in a while. So it'd be interesting to see if the price points of them has changed or not. But just to give you guys a run through before we go here today, what we've got left to do on the RTG in seasonal, I think there's something. Yeah, I need to do this. I need to do one of these anyway, score 5 or score 10. Oh no, I need to do both of these, I beg your pardon, if I want this SP. Now, SP has actually been really hard to come by this season, so I do want the SP there. That we've got plenty of time on. The campaign, I've still got 1 day, 5 hours on. I don't even know if I don't even care if I like complete that campaign card. Other than that, I've done literally everything that there is to do. And then in terms of Evos, guys, as I said, I was talking about before, just in the post-con bit there, we're working through these. I need to win 1 more with Lotiem. I need to win 2 more with Labib. We've got a little bit to go on McDermott. We've got quite a lot to go on Fryer, and we've got a little bit to go. It's just four more wins on Zinsberger to get her upgraded. I tried to do it in like who had the least time left on there, and then lots of evolutions to still work on. One of the things I really want to do though is the footwork mastery, dribbling and ball control, dynamic distributor, and ironclad instincts. I think I think I want to put it all on Miles Lewis Skelly, my common version, because I'm just going to be able to get a really, really, really high level version of him as a 78 rated card, and I just think it's going to be brilliant fun to have him. However, that'll be something for us to sort out over the next few days. And so for today, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I do just want to show actually also this guy on the left hand side, he was decent, by the way. I don't think he's got many goals or assists, no goals or assists, but he was decent. He got involved in the play quite a lot, really, really nicely. This guy here, amazing. Really, really, really enjoyed Sergio Busquets. Him and Jordi Alba are so good. This Freddie Ljungberg, so good. These 2 boys up top, obviously. Jesus is now nearly a 1 goal per game ratio, which, given even just 15, 20 games ago, he was like 30 goals from like 60 games. He is bagsman. He's got 100 goal contributions now in 84 games. And Leandro Trossard has got 270 goal contributions in 280 games. He does get pushed out to the left-hand side of the team quite a lot to allow me to bring on like other players. But this strike duo, I just absolutely love them. I absolutely love them. This team in general, I'm really enjoying playing with, which is really, really nice and really, really good. But for today, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.